guys? Welcome to another episode of Midnight Madness Chats with Hardman. I have a very, very interesting guest on the air tonight. Introduce yourself, introduce your band, and tell us what you have recently achieved.
Hello, everybody. My name is Frederick, and I play guitar and I sing in a band called Thus, a Danish progressive metal band. And what I think you're referring to is that we just won the Wacken Metal Battle like a month ago. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I was actually watching your performance, and while we were sitting in front of the TV, watching from South Africa, I was saying to Monica, which is my fiance, I was saying this band has something special, and you guys were phenomenal. Tell me, let's start there. What does it feel like performing on a stage of that, caliber?
Oh, yeah, surreal. I think I've used that word quite a lot about this experience. Because we were living at tents at the place. So we had like kind of a festival experience mixed up with this insane concert we have to play. So it was a bit surreal going from the tent side and the campsites and just playing in front of like thousands of people, So surreal, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I would give to do that. I'm a musician myself, and yeah, it looks like fun like hell. And I think that's the goal, to play for big crowds and get your music out there. Now let's take it a bit back. Let's talk about Wacken and where it all started back in Denmark. When you guys let's go back way even before the battles happened in Denmark, when you guys thought, this is what we want to do. This, we want to go to Wacken. Well, we want to attempt to go to Wacken.
Hmm.
What was going through your minds? What was happening in the band at the time?
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a weird situation because we actually only played live since January this year. And
That's impressive.
yeah, and this project has been like it's been ongoing for 6 or 7 years, but it hasn't like been a full lineup, and we didn't know like what to do because it's not that easy to play this music. So we had to find the
Mm.
right people and the right people to be around. But last year we finally found our drummer Daniel. So and then we just said, let's book everything in 2024. So we just played a whole bunch of concerts this year. And when the Wagen Metal Battle opportunity came up, I think I was a bit skeptical because I normally don't dig that whole competition part of music.
Mm.
It's not like a competition for me. It's art. It's what you believe in. But
Mm.
the other guys were like, "No, let's do this," and they convinced me, and I'm glad they did because I think I got pleasantly surprised by how little of a competition it actually was. It was just a whole bunch of guys who wanted to play and to share their music with each other, and it was just a great experience.
No, that's beautiful. What you're saying now is, I had the exact same experience when we were battling it out. My band, Diverted Disorder, was also battling, and it's good to hear that other countries had a similar um, experience than we had, because this year, I think last year was very competitive, but this year all the bands just wanted to be there. We just wanted to make music. We wanted to play a decent show. And there wasn't this thing about, I don't like your band, let's not talk to these guys. Everyone was like sort of like a family
Yeah.
in music. And it's great to hear that that was the experience with you guys as well. Did you guys have multiple rounds, or did you guys only have one battle?
We have a semi-final, and then we had a final. So two steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And how did you guys feel when you first got to the semifinals and you won and you went to the finals just before you that how did you guys feel? And did you think that you would go all the way?
No, because it's actually a bit weird because we didn't win the semifinal. No, we another great band won, and we got a wild card for the finals in Denmark. And we're like,
Okay.
all right, let's do this. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, the semifinals were fun, and let's just do the finals and see what happens. We're gonna give them all, no matter what. So yeah,
I love it. I think that is brilliant. You guys went to the semifinals, sort of didn't win that round, and then you took it to the world stage and you took it all the way.
yeah,
That's amazing.
we can't believe that either. Like, what happened? Yeah, it's a bit wild.
Well done. I think that's really amazing. And tell me, now that you guys have you've done this, you've played the Wacken stage, you went to Germany, another country, what's next? What can we expect from us in the next upcoming year?
Well, we just got a new booking agency that we are working with, Doomstar Booking, and we already got like a Danish tour in the start of next year, and then we got a couple of shows in Europe already around. So hopefully more of those, and a tour at some point, like a bigger one, maybe supporting something.
Mm.
That's kind of the plan.
Oh, that's awesome. And tell me, when I read up about your band and I was listening to the music, it you guys have a very big approach to a DIY setup where you basically do things yourself and stuff like that. So talking about live performance and talking about the music and things, when it comes to the writing process and stuff like that, do you guys have someone like a producer, or is it all influenced by the band itself?
Yeah, right now, I'm actually writing everything. Like the whole EP,
Okay.
I wrote around 2018 and a couple of years. Like I think I finished it in 2022. And we had like problems finding people.
Mm,
So at some point we said we have to do something. So the drummer on the EP is actually Sebastian Lancer from Obscura, like, and
mm.
he's an amazing drummer. So getting him on board for this project was just amazing, and he's such a cool dude, and that was what we had to do at that point. Now we have our own drummer who's going to record. We are currently writing new music now for a hopefully a full length release at some point, and we hope to get some drum demos next year. So that's where we're at
Okay,
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Going back to DIY and recordings and things, do you guys go to the studio or do you record yourselves?
Oh, we most of it we recorded at my home studio, like vocals and guitar and bass. And then Sebastian Lancer recorded his drums down in Austria. Then he sent it
Okay.
on to our producer or the mixing engineer, Andreas, here in Denmark, and he put it all together.
The quality is phenomenal. I was actually today on my way to work. I was like pumping it in the car, and I thought to myself, this is impressive. This is good stuff. It's some really
Yeah.
good stuff, and I'm very impressed. Um, Tell me, you were saying about you guys are working on new material, and working on potentially a full album now. How much I myself, when have gone through a bit of member changes and things, it's quite difficult. And I also, funny enough, started out by writing all the music myself. So once you start becoming a full unit as a band, different influences start happening. People have ideas, and it's sometimes very good to listen to what people have to say. And how would you say that would influence your new project that you guys will be doing?
I think that all of us are at different places, like both like living wise and music wise than we were like a couple of years ago. We always like to listen to new things and not just metal. So I think I'm gonna lay down some, the bare bones of the tracks, and then I'm going to show them to the other guys, and they could tell me if it sounds totally shit and give me some feedback. So we somehow try to do it that way.
Hmm. And tell me, you've got a very interesting vocal style that you use. Who's your influences?
Or I really like people like Joe from Gujira and Randy Bly from Lamb of God and some Revocation stuff. Dave Davidson. I think I like a vocal where you can somehow hear what people are saying.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
so you don't like the guttural, like low, angry stuff. You like more the crispy, clear
I'm
type
not
of
that
vibe.
good at it. I know the other guys from the band are, and they try to teach me how to like that sort of genre. But I'm like more drawn to this kind of like dynamics kind of singing.
Okay. Well, it sounds good, and if it's working, why not? You know. And guitar-wise, do you have any influences with guitar?
Oh yeah, for sure. Wes Hauk from Alluvial is a big influence, and again Dave Davidson from Revocation and Brandon Ellis from the Black Dahlia Murder. Is those guys? I think I can talk for all of us that they are kind of our heroes. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And tell me about the themes and the concepts about the music you were writing on the first EP.
Yeah, it's a couple of songs are centered around political issues, like from different places in the world, and I think you can actually tell where or when the song has been written by like when this conflict rose, kind of. So you can tell something is about the Hong Kong China conflict, and something is about like human rights in the Eastern European countries, and something, but they are not like dictating some kind of meaning down on people. It's just like highlighting something to make you
Yeah.
interested in it.
So it's like to sort of rise a type of awareness,
Yeah,
but not really delivering an opinion.
yeah. It's I think no matter what you're thinking about this thing, you can listen to the music and enjoy it. Hopefully.
Okay, so I've got a bunch of more questions, but I started this new little thing in these little chats I do. We keep it super casual and we try to make it a bit fun. So I've developed some games that I play with the people I have on. So because you and me were metal heads and we like our metal, I've got some band names here. So I want you to tell me, is it a real band or is it made up?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So the first band is called Bathtub Shitter. Is that a real name
Bathtub
or is that
shitter.
made up?
Oh my god. If it's not a real band name, we have to start a band that's called that. Bathtub.
It is a it is actually a real band.
It is what? What
That's funny.
is it like grindcore or what is it? Do you know?
I'm not
Genre?
100% sure because I was researching some of these bands, but I didn't have enough time to go through all of them.
Yeah.
But it's quite there are some interesting,
All right.
definitely something to check out.
Yeah. I should.
Um, then Velociraptor Jacuzzi. Is it a real band or is it made up?
Velociraptor Jacuzzi. It sounds like a password you just made up.
Yeah,
Uh, that's not right.
you've
No, no, no.
you've got it. It's not.
Yes.
It's made up.
Yes.
And then Grandma's Chainsaw Ballad.
Oh my god. I wish there has to be one that's called that. Come on.
No, that one's it's
Oh,
also made. Then I've got Dog Shit Sandwich.
oh my god. That's got to be right. I have to hope. Come on.
That is right. There's a
Yes.
band called Dog Shit Sandwich.
God.
So random. And then we butter the bread with butter.
I know that one. That's a real one.
That's a real one. Really cool German band.
Yes.
It's old school grindcore, I guess,
Yeah, I
from
think
back in the day, sort of. Mosquito Apocalypse.
Mosquito Apocalypse. Mosquito. That's right. Yeah, that's a band. Come on.
That's not a band.
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay, and then Volvadinia.
Volvadinia. I think I guessed everything as a band right now, so that's not a band.
So Volvadinia is actually a band, and it's a band from South Africa.
All
It's
right.
one of our first slam bands that came from the country. They're doing really well. They're touring the world and doing all the cool stuff we all wish we could.
Okay.
Heavy as fuck, really. Check
Right.
them out.
Yeah, sure.
Then Laser Chicken Cult.
Uh, that's not a band.
That's not a band. You're right.
All right.
And then we've got Sausage Hammer.
Sausage Hammer. That's a band.
That's not a band. It should
Shit,
be a
this is
band,
hard,
right?
man. It should be, man. Yeah.
Cool. And then last one, Nuclear Vomit. Is that a band?
Nuclear Vomit. Oh my God. That's a band.
That's a band.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, man.
100%. Tell me, you were talking about Sebastian Lancer. How did you come to collaborating with him?
I think I've been a fan of Sebastian for years. Like his playing is so unique. You can always hear when he's playing something. It's not just the same fills over and over again. It's so creative, like all his project from Obscura to Panzer Ballet. And it was kind of a dream to have him on something. And then we had the opportunity, and I wrote to him and sent our songs, and he thought it was cool. So so he
No.
recorded at his studio. Yeah.
It's always good to have a guy that's has a bit of experience.
Hmm.
We ourselves we worked with a guy called Jared Gunston. He used to play for a band called Chromium that opened for Metallica. And
Well,
having a guy like that play on your album and someone that's toured and stuff, they've got a lot of insights because a lot of times, especially, well, I don't know about yourself, but when you write music, you write music in such a way, especially I'm a guitarist vocalist myself, like yourself.
hmm.
And sometimes you will write this really cool riff and you would write the vocals and you wouldn't like think about putting the two together, especially in a live environment. So you write this cool guitar riff, and then the moment you have to start doing vocals, your head is like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
doing, bro?
yeah, exactly.
So it's good having people like that in your band to sort of, bring that expertise in, especially I'm not a drummer in any way. I can play like maybe 4 beats or what. But having a guy that knows what they're talking about, going like, maybe we should do this, yeah. And it's maybe not your initial idea, but it adds to the feel of the song,
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
I believe in drama. So tell me about the influences he might have had on the music with his drumming style.
Yeah, because I wrote some drums already. Like he had some scratch drums. I wrote some MIDI, and
Mm,
then he based it on that because I wrote some of the drums for the riffs. They somehow
mm,
like fit together. And then we talked about this section could maybe be that, and he just took it to a whole new level, like playing wise and writing wise. And I'm so happy what he contributed to the whole
mm.
section. And he did it so fast. Oh my God. Yeah, I think he did it in a couple of weeks. Like he's a machine. Yeah.
That's nice. And do you play drums yourself?
I do play drums, not on that level though, but I know my way around the kit and I know fills and I love talking drums like with our drummer and techniques and
Mm.
stuff, but I'm not that good at it.
I myself, my favorite instrument is the drums. I'm a guitarist, but I love drums and I love watching a good drummer play. I think
Yeah.
there's like a magical thing that happens.
Hmm.
What would you say is your favorite instrument?
Oh, yeah, that's a hard question because I actually think I see myself mostly as a songwriter. So the things have to connect somehow for me. Um, but of course, I like guitar. I like guitar riffs and the feeling of playing something awesome. It's just like you can describe it somehow.
Okay, tell me. So let's get back to the whole band. The visual aspect of Sus. You are responsible for deciding, how you guys should look as a unit and things. Tell me what goes into that, and as a musician, how important is that for you?
Yeah, because I made all the visuals like for our release here. We have a music video for all our songs, and we have different kind of artwork, and they connect somehow. Like the artwork connect with the lyrics and the music video. It's like one big thing somehow, and I really
Mm,
like that. I like when everything has been thought over and it's just a great product, you know. Um, so nothing is just thought of like we don't want to waste time on this and that doesn't matter.
mm,
I think you can feel that in a band when they really like want this.
mm. Yeah, I think passion goes a long way. I think sometimes bands tend to overthink things a little bit. That's
Mm,
my opinion, and I feel that this is not supposed to mean offensively, but if you look at how Thus was performing, that was pure raw intensity of music. You guys were. This is my opinion, but you guys didn't go all makeup and stuff. You went in as a band and you fucking killed it. I mean, like where some of the other bands were all theatrical and they did their things, but musically they weren't as you know intense as you guys. And tell me, talking about because you guys were good, so you didn't make any mistakes. You had like you were on that point. How often do you guys practice per week?
oh yeah, because three of us, Tobias on guitar and Sebastian on bass, we meet like every Wednesday to like catch up and go through the set list and like polish some mistakes. But Daniel, our drummer, he lives like in the northern part of Denmark, so we haven't actually played like practiced with him that much. I think we practiced with him 5 or 6 times.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
So it's just like sending him files of us playing, and he practice, and we try to be as prepared as possible, like from home.
Mm. So yeah, there's a lot of individual practicing happening. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I think I think that is the key, of being in a very good band. Tell me, how do you guys feel about Spotify? And I know there's a lot of controversial stuff about Spotify. How do you guys feel? Are you happy with it? Give me your opinion.
Well, it's easy to say like that we don't like it, but it's just something that we can't live without. Like we can't say we don't want to do it right now, even though they're paying like shit, and we have to just be clever and on how we like get an income and do things nowadays. It's just not like the old days anymore. So unfortunately, it's the part of being a musician right now, being creative and something else like. So
Yeah,
yeah.
new platforms to explore. And tell me, how did your before you played Wacken and after you played Wacken, how did your Spotify react?
Yeah, we got some plays from that. Like all around, like we could see that the engagement on everything we have made before, like rose, and people were reacting on everything and like commenting that they saw us on the live stream. A lot of people did apparently.
I think a lot of people watched that live stream. I
Mm.
was watching. I missed some bands because I get to tend to get busy, but I watched most of the bands. It was really
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely. I wish one day, I hope one day that we also get the opportunity to go. I must admit, in South Africa, yo, there's some really good bands, so it's difficult for us. Um, we're facing off against really good bands, but we never entered to try and win. We've always entered for the show, because the Wacken shows in South Africa tend to be a little bit better, than the average, well, bigger, bigger crowd because people are, waiting to see who's going to do what.
Hmm.
So it's always, we just do it for fun. But yeah, no, it was great having you. Tell me, where can we find you guys? Tell me about your website. Tell me about merch. You know,
Sure. We are on Instagram, Thus Band Official, and on Facebook, the same name, Thus Band Official. And we have thusbandofficial.com, where you can find about our merch and our future shows and everything that we do. So there's no excuse.
there's no excuse. If you haven't checked out this band yet, I'm telling you, it's impressive. And yeah, after a great performance at Wacken, I'm definitely well. That's where I got introduced to you guys. I'm definitely a massive fan, and I wish you guys luck for the future and good luck with your tour and your upcoming full album. And yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
cool. Until next time, I've been Hardman. Sweet, bro. Thank you so much for that.